It seems like every time I turn around, there's new fragrances being announced, released, thrown at your face, and let's start over. It seems like every week there are new fragrances. Let's talk about it.
Here's some codes to save you some cash on your next Middle Eastern niche or designer fragrances.
What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. That's pretty much what I go through in the beginning of a lot of videos. I don't have any scripts. I just walk in and think of something, and a lot of times it just turns out to be just, what the hell were you thinking? And I'll give you a little glimpse of that. So today we're going to be talking about new in fragrance, or what's new in fragrance, I should say. So quite a few releases almost every single week. And if you want to stay up to date with a lot of new releases, etc., make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, because this is going to be a video that's going to drop every single week. Before we get started, make sure to follow me on TikTok, AROMATIX_, and AROMATIX Extra here on YouTube and Instagram if you want to, get involved in some fun content, Q&As. I pick random questions at times and try to make 1 to 2 posts a day. If you're lucky enough for me to come across it, and really it just comes down to what the algorithm decides to show me first. I screenshot it and make a reel about it, okay? If that sounds fun, follow me there, and let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So today we're gonna be talking about quite a few new releases, and it's gonna be a bundle of some from Kayali. So not many people talk about the new Kayali fragrances in terms of new releases, but this is something worth mentioning because she's dropping a 4 vacay in a bottle, basically. That's what it's called. It's vacay in a bottle collection. They sent me vanilla candy and it was actually pretty good. I don't know if I enjoyed the candy more or the fragrance more. It just smells like rock candy. It smells amazing, seriously. It's not gonna be anything that's like beastly, but it smells pretty. It's pretty good too. So dropping the vacay in a bottle, one of them is called Marrakesh in a bottle Orange Blossom number 24. The keynotes of this fragrance is going to include bergamot, orange blossom, pink pepper, Turkish rose, neroli, and cedarwood. And I mean, obviously, without being said, these are all going to be tropical style. There's also another one called Capri in a bottle, lemon sugar. This one sounds pretty interesting as well, number 14. This has lemon, sugar, freesia, raspberry, vanilla, and musk. I'm pretty interested in this one because freesia is a white floral that also has a little bit of an aromatic nature to my nose. It gives me slight vibes of something minty. I'm not gonna say like mint, but this one potentially will be one of my favorite ones, so we'll see. Next one is going to be Sweet Banana. Sweet Banana number 37. So it's got sweet banana, obviously, pear, coconut cream, jasmine, sandalwood, and vanilla. I don't know, man. This is actually a close one. I might actually enjoy this one more. I like tropical. I like, jungle juice style fragrances, and that's what this seems like it's going to be. So we'll see. Coconut creamy, jasmine, sandalwood. Yeah, this sounds like my cup of tea for sure. Last up is Maldives in a bottle, Ylang Cocoa. This is number 20. I don't know how I feel about Ylang Ylang, yellow florals specifically. This might be way too femme for me. It's got notes of rosemary, wild lemon, starfruit, banana blossom, Ylang Ylang, and coconut milk. This, I mean, if I'm being real, I don't really see anything that I'm interested in this fragrance, but obviously who can say that they don't like it? It didn't even come out yet. But go on to certain databases and you'll definitely see that there. The next one we're gonna be talking about is CK1 Essence. This is being marketed as unisex, and the notes of this, or the description rather, is an aromatic green and woody fragrance with top notes of bergamot, blood orange, followed by green tea and sandalwood and musk. So I mean, obviously CK has some great fragrances, CK1, etc. I used to rock that back in the day, like way back in the day, okay? But you don't really expect too much longevity with it, but they still have good fragrances regardless of the fact. But the note of tea doesn't do it for me. So I'm not gonna sign it off yet because it hasn't come out yet, but generally speaking, a lot of fragrances that have the note of tea, it doesn't really vibe with me personally. And that's exactly why I don't like famous fragrances or popular fragrances like Imagination, etc. There's a very strong note of tea. I'll be interested to see what this one will bring. It's not one that I'm really, gonna go crazy over and try and pick up, but I know there are a lot of fans, or a lot of you that are fans of the CK1 DNA. The CK1 original was a really good fragrance at the time. And even now it's still a good fragrance, but not something that I ever recommend or really wear anymore. I still find it worth mentioning because of the fact that there are a lot of fans. The next one we're gonna be talking about is Prada Paradoxe, except this is Virtual Flower. So Prada Paradoxe, I find it to be pretty sexy, daily driving style fragrance for women. You could rock it every single day, ladies. It's a beautiful combination of certain florals and powdery aspects, and yeah, I really enjoy that fragrance actually. So this one is called the Virtual Flower. That's gonna be the flanker, and the description is a citrus floral fragrance with top notes of bergamot, followed by jasmine and neroli, and base notes of musk and ambrette. This sounds like everything that I enjoy personally. I love ambrette, the whole musky nature, maybe slightly animalic, coming from the ambrette, but I definitely don't think this is going to be an animalic fragrance. I know as soon as I said that, alerts probably pinged off in a lot of women's heads, but jasmine in itself, along with some white floral neroli, this is gonna be a rather white floral, and I would imagine relatively thick style fragrance that's livened up and lightened up with something of musk. So there's really no telling, this is all just speculations, but it sounds like something that I will truly enjoy. Florals that are generally thick, coupled with some lighter and more transparent style fragrance notes like musk and ambrette, I would imagine this will be another style or floral style fragrance that's going to be also signature scent worthy. It's definitely one that I will be picking up, or at the very least trying. And yes, Prada Paradoxe is a fragrance that I actually have in my collection. A lot of fragrances that I like to recommend, etc. You really gotta understand a fragrance, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have it to understand it. Obviously, if you've worn it, you just ran out of a bottle, you can still understand it, but I like to have them on hand so that whenever I do reference it and see how my nose develops over time, I can refer back to having the actual bottle. An atomizer potentially would work, 5 to 10 mLs, etc. There's a lot of talk about that, but Prada Paradoxe is definitely a beautiful signature scent, and I'm interested to see how well this one does. Last but not least, we're gonna be talking about the newest release from Electimus London, and this is called Spice D'Arno, or Darno, whatever it may be. Early on during collecting, I had a couple of fragrances from Electimus London, like Persephone's Patchouli, Patchouli of the Underworld, I believe it was, and also, what was it? The very, very popular one. It was called, not Trajan, Imperium. I also owned Imperium. I actually really enjoyed those fragrances. I don't know why I got rid of them. I wasn't really crazy about keeping them and referencing them, etc. But now that my channel has developed and changed, I kind of wish I'd never gotten rid of them because they were good scents. One of them, I remember Imperium not really giving me the performance that I personally desired. And thinking back, they're still good fragrances. And I do have fragrances in my collection that perform worse than that. So I do plan on picking them up. Persephone's Patchouli was like a lot of rose and patchouli, and underground or underworld, patchouli of the underworld was actually a really good one. I'm pretty disappointed that I sold those off, but no problem. I'm probably gonna end up picking up a few of them or just diving into a few newer fragrances from their collection. This one sounds pretty interesting. At the top, we've got notes of pink pepper, bergamot, lemon, and cardamom, along with a note of elemi. And more recently, I've been seeing the note of elemi being used in certain fragrances at the top, adding this resinous and slightly lime-styled opening with a little bit of a peppery undertone that seems like it's going to be in this one. Most notably was something like Amouage Search, and I believe it might be one of the Yves Saint Laurent, the Rue de Belle Chasse or something like that. I don't remember exactly, so don't quote me for it. In the mid, we've got Leather, we've got Bran Absolute, we've also got Cistus Absolute, we've got Thyme, Iris, and Orange Flower. So it's gonna be this combination of like a leathery accord along with iris. This already sounds pretty promising to me. Some peppers, a little bit of citruses, resins, some leathery iris style vibe. Yeah, this is definitely one that I'm gonna be picking up because of the signature base, which just seals the deal in terms of notes that sound intriguing to me. The end is going to be oud, vanilla, myrrh, and cashmere. So this is what I'm definitely looking forward to. You've got a base of oud, some vanilla, some cashmere, and along with some myrrh, and the myrrh is going to be really resinous, warm, and then you've got something that's going to be also pretty resinous and leathery and iris thick. This sounds good. It sounds good, plain and simple. So as soon as this one becomes available, I'm likely to be picking this one up. Actually, I'm definitely going to be picking it up. Classification is probably going to be woody, spicy, oriental. Yeah, sounds like my speed. And the bottle in itself looks pretty cool. I'm colorblind, I'll tell you guys what color that is, but it's that color, whatever just came up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it. What's new in fragrance this week. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and let me know down in the comment section which one of these you're looking forward to, if any. Stay tuned to next week's episode if there are any new releases. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.